Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at a board game called Van Helsing from Sirius. Ages 10 and up, 2 to 5 players, 45 minutes to an hour. This is supposed to be a kind of a mixed bag. A lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't. But it seems to be the precursor to a newer game called Fury of Dracula, which is actually a really fun game. But this seems to have either been the inspiration or a previous rendition of it. It plays supposedly very similar but with a few flaws. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this. I didn't see much of a problem with it, but that's just me. But I got this really cheap. It's kind of a hard game to find now, but I've never bothered to open it because I never found anyone that wanted to play. And I recently got to play Fury of Dracula with my buddy Wyatt, and it was amazing. It was a really hard game for both of us. And, wow. Hopefully we'll get to review that game at some point and take a look inside that one, because I recommend that one quite a bit. This one was made in Germany, out of a word I can't pronounce. So I apologize to the German people for that one. But it was designed by Frederick Moyersohn, illustrated by Vladimir Nartov. Not for children under 3. It actually says forbidden to children under 3 years of age. Not suitable for children under 3. Contains small pieces that could be swallowed or inhaled. If your kid is snorting game pieces, you should probably talk to a shrink. So let's get right into this and see what we got. Like I said, it's about a 45-minute to an hour game. Fury of Dracula was about 3 hours for us. So this should be a little shorter. And it's supposed to play very similar. Alright, box quality is pretty decent. Alright, here's our rule book. It's fairly thick, actually. Its color, paper quality is pretty good. It's got kind of a cheap gloss to it, though. I don't like that. But yeah, not too bad. It's got the contents list here, which is really nice. So we got some tokens here and some markers. This is a character marker for Van Helsing. Different tokens. You should have 41 object markers, 7 initial object markers, which are the pink ones. The lock markers, which are probably on one of these other ones. Oh, on the back is this like room tile look. These are the locks. You should have 7 of these, 5 blood markers, and 5 character sheets. There'll be 13 playing pieces, 4 hunters, Dracula, and 8 brides. So here we have Harker, that's Jonathan, and then Mina Murray's on this one with Lord Godalming and Count Dracula. Then we've got a little pad here. This is the movement log for Dracula, I think. There are not many of these sheets, so you'll probably need to make copies if you're going to play more than about a dozen games. And they're real tiny, so make sure you look for these, because these are, if you're looking to have a complete box, this is probably what's going to be missing. We got 1d6 here. It's a little light, but it's okay. Alright, then we've got our board. It's a 3 square board. Looks like it's Castle Dracula. We've got level 0, level 1, that's reflecting horribly, and level 2. So, Dracula's hiding out somewhere on here. These are all numbered too, so here, every space is numbered. Even the outside spaces are numbered. So when you're doing Dracula's movement, he's got to be somewhere. And this is much different than the Fury of Dracula game, which is like a European map. This is actually Castle Dracula. Alright, now here's our pieces. Alright. The brides all kind of look the same apparently, which is fine. They don't have bases, which is kind of lazy in my opinion, but they seem to stand up okay. But they're nicely crafted. It's just thin plastic. It's kind of that cheap European plastic. There's Van Helsing. That'll be Jonathan Harker. That's Lord Godalming in red. Mina in yellow. And Dracula is in black. And the brides are all gray. So they seem to stand okay on their own. There's not a lot to the game, but the rulebook is fairly thick. So there's more pieces here, and they are larger, I think, than the Fury of Dracula ones. Quality's, I don't know, it's okay. Replacing these would be kind of a pain, though, because the game's been out of print for a while. And there's some breakable bits on here, but the size is kind of, they look about 30 millimeters to me. A little bigger than Space Marines, but you might have some trouble finding replacement parts for this, especially these figures. I actually bought this game off somebody at a convention because their buddy bought one and they didn't like it, so they sold me theirs. Nothing hiding under there. I always like to check. Might be presents. But the tray is big enough to hold everything, so that's kind of nice. Pretty inexpensively designed, let's say. The board is really nice quality. I'm kind of surprised by that. I'd be worried about these seams on here though, because those look a little tenuous, but not bad quality there. The board does fit in here nicely. These are nice and thick pieces. They do have the health markers, spots on them, so I don't think they give you enough of these hearts, because if you're playing with multiple people, you're getting more than 5 of them. Because like Dracula by himself has 5 health. Even if you're just marking one at a time, I'd rather have one to cover each one. But I guess I get what they're doing. I just don't like it. The tokens are really nice quality. The imagery's okay, the art's fine, it's pretty simplistic, but it doesn't really need much. The rules are supposed to be a little confusing, but I'll know more when I get a chance to play it. The reason the book is so thick is that it is in multiple languages. So the rules actually aren't going to be that long, but if you're German, the German rules are here. Here's French. They've got a little flag to depict what's what. So it's really only about 6 pages long of rules. It's just in all these different languages. So that is what is inside Van Helsing. It looks like a pretty good game to me. I'm intrigued to play it and give it a try, especially after playing Fury of Dracula, which I liked quite a bit. I would like to give this one a go and see what it's like. Since you only need 2 people to play, one to play Dracula and one to play the Hunters, it should be pretty interesting. So, yeah, this is Van Helsing from Sirius. Be sure to check it out. I think Mayfair distributed this when it was brought over to the States, but I'm not 100% on that. But be sure to look for it. It's a pretty cool looking game. It looks like it's a lot of fun. And it's a hidden movement game, so if you like those, it might be worth a shot. So, but that'll do it for this episode. We've seen what's inside, and as always, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time.